Hey guys, Professor Latimer here, and today I want to bring you CC Cycle 1, Week 15, New Grammar and Review Ideas. So when I'm prepping for new grammar, I like to just make notes with a pencil on my foundations guide, just like what hand motions or chants or songs we're going to do with each subject, and that just keeps me on track for Community Day. So I usually start with geography. We'll have our black and white maps out. And for this week, I just gave them all a dry erase marker. And before we've used animals to jump from place to place, this week we just did dry erase markers. And I like to have this handy. This helps me a lot. The geography trifold from CC Connected, CC User Capel. And so you'll notice for this week's geography, we're in this little square that's kind of been expanded so we can see closer to the areas we're learning about. So Israel we've learned about already, so that'll be kind of a review one when we learned where Israel and Judah were. Then you have the Sinai Peninsula, the Suez Canal, Cairo, and then the Gaza Strip, which is that little space right there. So they did a really good job marking those on their maps, and we just say, tell, say, and they did really good with that. So that's what we did for geography. And for English, we just have a very short list of helping verbs this week. Do, does, did. I was gonna do some action sticks. I have popsicle sticks with silly voices or actions, but since it was only 3 and we needed to make up a little time, I just had them repeat after me. When we did it quietly, we did it in a loud voice, we did slow, we did fast. So we got through it pretty quickly with just the 3 helping verbs. For metric measurements in math, we did just some simple hand motions. So we did like 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. So we had just a small space. And then I had them like spread out their arms. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And then we stretched our arms way out. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So we did for the 1 centimeter, 1 meter, and 1 kilometer. So they had fun doing that. For history, tell me about Prince Henry of Portugal. I did erase a word this week. I tried that week 14 with the students, and that went really well. That one was a longer sentence. So it went pretty well this week, just erasing a word. Like we would listen to the song, and then like I would erase Henry, and we would listen to it again, and when I got to that part that I had erased, I'd pause the music, and then they would have to fill in the blank. So we did that and got through our 7 times with that, and it helps me remember it too, just erasing the word and trying to remember, okay, what does go there? So it helps stick in my brain better too. And for timeline, we did find the dot again. I've just been kind of sticking with that because it works really well, and they like the competition of trying to find the dot. So before class, I'll put like a star or a dot with a dry erase marker on the back of about 4 of the cards, and they'll take turns choosing a card, and we'll see if it has a dot on the back. And eventually all the cards are down. If you have 8 students, I usually have 2 of them pair up, and I switch that around each week about who's in teams. So they have to decide together which card they're going to take down. And then at the end, once they're all down, we say it through from memory, and then I have them help me put them back in order for the final part. So that we really enjoy doing timeline that way in my class. And I have 7 8-year-olds, and that works really well. For science, what is each continent's highest mountain? This one we just chanted back and forth, repeating it. So I would say Everest in Asia, and they would say Everest in Asia. So we just repeated back and forth, kind of chanting. And then for Latin, our first declension noun ending. So again, we've already learned this from first semester of cycle 1. So these will be familiar to the students. We said it all together, and then I had the boys say the Latin song, and then I had the girls say the Latin song. So we got through it pretty easily with that. And I think that's all for new grammar. for week 15. For review time, I found these on, I think it was on the CC Tutor Cycle 1 Facebook page. They're like these world outlines, and there's, 3 different difficulties. So earlier in the year, we had done ones that were more blob type maps. And so since they've kind of done well with those, I got the ones that were a little more detailed. So I just printed them out and put them in these little plastic dry erase sleeves, these page protectors. And they used dry erase markers to trace them while we went through our memory work. And another thing I had them do, just so they're keeping their hands busy while we're singing through the memory work. And then we also, last week I told about a game, alien face or monster face. So I have, if you have a big whiteboard, you could just do this on one board, but my whiteboards are kind of small. So I have a circle face drawn on one whiteboard, and then I have the numbers 1 through 6 with different facial features. And then I have just a foam dice like you could get at the Dollar Tree. So we'll do a couple of pieces of memory work, and then I'll have one student roll the dice, and whatever it lands on, see it lands on a 5, they will draw a mouth on the alien face. So it's really fun to see. And then we'll do a couple more pieces of memory work, and then the next student will roll. So it's really fun to see how it ends up. I love it like when there's like 4 mustaches on our alien face. So it was good. Actually, what ended up happening, because they all had these maps, is they all flipped them over and were drawing their own face at the same time, based off of what everyone else was rolling. So I took a picture of everyone at the end with their faces. It was really fun. So that's what we did for review, and that is CC Cycle 1, Week 15. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.